Alright, how's it going everybody? I'm gonna make this video pretty short, I hope. I don't want to waste too much of your time, but as you can probably tell by the title, this is not a video you're used to seeing from me, and it's definitely not a video that I've ever made before, but the title is 100% true. It's not clickbait or anything. I am actually in a Netflix movie, or technically it's a Netflix documentary. I should also specify that I don't have a live role. I'm not a cast member of the movie, but one of the videos that I've published on this channel previously, part of one of those videos is actually in this documentary, which is pretty cool. So the movie is, I think it's only available on Netflix. It's called Convergence, Courage in a Crisis, and it's a documentary about how the pandemic has affected the world, basically. So if you have Netflix, I would definitely suggest checking it out. It's a great, or actually it is a really good movie. I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I actually think it's really good. The person who directed it, his name is Orlando von Einsiedel. He's a British film director. He's won actually the Academy Award for Best Documentary. So this dude is legit. He's actually he knows what he's doing. His stuff is really good, and this documentary was no exception. I have the trailer linked in the description below if you want to check the trailer out. I am also in the trailer actually. The part that's in the trailer is pretty much the exact same part that's in the movie as well. I have a really minor cameo. Literally it's like 5 seconds, not even 5 seconds. I'm literally just on screen and then I'm off. So yeah, I have a really small part, but I do have my name in the end credits, which is really cool. So yeah, the trailer is in the description below if you want to go watch the trailer first, and then of course if you have Netflix, definitely go check it out. It's about 2 hours long, I think, so pretty long documentary, but a really good one. Basically, it follows the daily lives of 5 people around the world during the height of the pandemic. I think one person is from Brazil, there's another one from Miami, one's from London, there's one from Iran, and then there's one more from Wuhan in China. So it follows their daily lives basically. And then my part is kind of like a transition point. I think they're transitioning from one part of the world to the next, and then they're kind of showing how the pandemic has affected like so many parts, and then there's like my part that comes on. It's like me on one side of the screen, and then there's somebody else. It's like a split screen kind of thing. You can see the screenshot right now. This is from the trailer. I'm not going to show the full trailer because I don't want to get copyright issues, but I just showed you the part where I am in, basically. So the purpose of this video is just to explain, first of all, I already explained what the documentary is about, but it's meant to mainly explain how I got into it, because I know this probably caught a lot of you off guard. It's probably very random, because I literally make airplane videos. Like, how did I get into a Netflix movie is probably the main thing you're wondering, and I think that's probably the one thing all my friends were wondering when I told them, and my parents, but that's besides the point. That's what the purpose of this video is. So the documentary came out back in October, so a good 2-3 months ago. Ironically, I never got a chance to watch it until about 5 days ago, and that's because of college mainly. And I was also planning to make this video since the movie came out, but you know, college. But now that I'm on winter break, I actually have time to do stuff and have free time, so that's why I get to sit down and do this. So yeah, so I watched it with my parents this past weekend. It was great. I will never forget their reaction when they saw me. I showed them the trailer first, and then we watched the movie. So it was a great moment. It was really just an unforgettable moment. Just seeing their reactions, it was great. Yeah, it's just I really hope I never forget that moment, because it was really awesome. And yeah, so that's the movie basically. So now onto the video. The video that's featured in this documentary, you've probably seen it before. I uploaded this video last year, October 28th, 2020. It's called Exploring an Empty Airport Completely Alone. So this video is actually meant, well, it was actually meant to be a follow-up to a video I had previously made earlier that year. It was about how the pandemic had affected regional airports. So this video was meant to be like a follow-up episode to that, just to give an update on how the airports were doing. And of course, the airport that's featured in both videos is my home airport, Champaign, U of I, Willard Airport. So that's the video featured in, that's the airport featured in both videos. So the Exploring an Empty Airport video, the one that's featured in the movie, I filmed it on October 6th of 2020. ironically almost a year, pretty much a year before the movie came out, which is crazy to think about. You know, I had no idea, you know, what was going to happen at that time I was filming the video. But basically how this video goes is that it was Tuesday, October 6th. You know, this was back during online school days. I would get off of school at like 1:45, 2 p.m. and then I worked that day from 3 to 7 p.m. And then I got off of work and I was like, you know what, why not go to the airport and see what's up and make a video about it, because my workplace is literally, like, I'm not even joking, it's literally up the street from the airport. The airport is down the road like 3 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'll swing by and make a quick video about it. Obviously, I never expected what was to come, because when I got to the airport, it was completely empty. So the main point that I was trying to drive home in this video was that Champaign Airport is not meant to be that empty and quiet at 8 p.m. You know, on a normal day, like pre-pandemic, and even, you know, nowadays in more recent months, the airport has gotten back to normal. Thankfully, the schedules are pretty much back to normal, aside from the fact that we lost Charlotte service, but that doesn't matter. You know, at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., that's when the airport is, dare I say, like the busiest in terms of arrivals. We get like 3 or 4 flights, maybe three or four flights. No, I think it's 3 flights, or maybe it's 2, I don't know. But the airport gets a decent number of arrivals around 8 p.m. on a normal day. And at that time, you know, October 6th of 2020, this was the height of the pandemic. This is when, you know, so many flights were canceled and there were no vaccines out and all that. So it was 7:45, 8 p.m. when I was at the airport, and TSA was shut down. There was nobody there. There was one plane when normally there would be at least 2 or 3. So that was the main point, that Champaign is not supposed to be like that at 8 p.m. So there's a pretty notable scene in that video where I'm like panning around the check-in hall. This is the scene that actually made it into the documentary. So now you're probably wondering, how did I even get this video into the documentary? Well, I uploaded this on October 28th, 2020 to my channel. Most of you have probably already seen it. A long story short, earlier this year in May, I get an email from one of the, I think, media directors, I think that's what they're called, for this documentary. And she goes, we're interested in using some of this video in our upcoming Netflix movie. And I was like, I thought it was a scam at first, because I make airplane videos. Who is going to use one of my stuff for a Netflix movie? Like, I'm being so for real right now. And I was like, is this for real? And she's like, yeah, this is for real. We would like to use part of this video in our movie. It's coming out on Netflix. It took me a while, but long story short, I finally got everything done, signed, and, you know, the video was ready to go. And long story short, it's in the movie now. So there you go. So that video is now, it's a historic video for my channel, because this video is in a Netflix movie. If you want to go watch the original, I'll link it up here. It's probably been linked in the card or whatever, and it's going to be in the actually, no, I won't leave it in this. Actually, yeah, I will leave it in the description if you want to go watch that along with the movie trailer. It's a historic video for sure on my channel. And being in this documentary, even though it was literally for 4 seconds, 5 seconds, is a huge moment. It was a really big moment for me, because I never imagined in a million years that I would be on Netflix in a movie. And especially in a movie directed by such a big name director. He's won the Academy Award for Best Documentary. It's a huge honor, and it's like I said, it's a big moment, not just for me, not just for my family, but also for my city, for Champaign, and also for Willard Airport, for the airport itself. Even though it's 4 seconds and nobody's going to figure out that that's Champaign, that's Willard Airport, nobody's going to realize it, because I'm sure most people watching the documentary don't know where Champaign is, and they don't know that Willard Airport exists. But it's a big moment for Champaign and for Willard Airport, because, you know, we're a pretty small town. I mean, not really, we're a mid-sized town, but Willard Airport's definitely, you know, nobody knows about it. And it kind of ties back into one of the goals that I have with this channel. You know, I have a lot of things I want to accomplish with the channel. I have a lot of goals, but being in the documentary, even if it was for like 3-4 seconds, it kind of helps me get not a step closer, but it kind of shows what my intentions are, what some of my goals are with this channel. If you haven't realized at this point, I make airplane videos. You know, saying that out loud makes me seem like a much lamer person that I already am, but you know, doing this stuff is fun. Making these videos, I really enjoy it. It's one of the ways that it's one of my hobbies basically. And it's never really been making airplane videos has never really been a big, widely accepted thing. Being interested in aviation has never really been a widely accepted thing. It never really was growing up. I was I probably was the only person in my friend group who, had this interest. But my friends and obviously my family as well, they've all really grown to accept what this hobby and this channel is all about. They've really come to respect it, and I really am thankful for that. Some of the goals I've had with this channel is, not just to promote Pakistani aviation, it's also to promote my hometown airport, Champaign, Illinois, Willard Airport, and also Rockford, Illinois, Chicago Rockford International Airport. Those are two main goals I've tried to accomplish with this channel. And this short clip of me at my hometown airport just panning around the terminal, it's a really short clip, but it's so amazing to see my hometown airport, the airport that I don't want to say grew up around, but my hometown, in a sense, in general, my hometown, just being featured in that Netflix movie is the coolest thing ever. And I haven't told, any major news channels or whatever, but maybe I will tell them. I don't know. It's a big thing. My little hometown, it's not really, Champaign, it's not really that little, but my hometown and the little airport that is my hometown airport is out there for the world to see on Netflix, even if it is for 4 seconds. It's a really, really cool feeling. And it kind of it shows you, like, that's one of my goals, to get Willard Airport's name out there, Rockford Airport's name out there, and also, Pakistani aviation. I want to promote Pakistan as well. That's another goal of mine. In the long run, I try to do that as well with this channel. But I really want to see Willard Airport grow. It's my hometown airport. I grew up flying out of there. I've seen it at the tail end of its glory days. When I was growing up in Champaign, like around 2009, that's really when the airport started going downhill. We started losing a lot of stuff like Northwest and Delta, and ever since then the airport's just not been the same. We had United for a few months before we had United for like a year and a half, and then they left, and now we're just left with American. And just a few months ago, back in October, American ended another route, so they're back to 2 routes from Willard Airport. So long story short, the airport's been struggling a lot with regards to, attracting new airlines and new services, and that's kind of what I hope to accomplish. What I mean by promoting Willard Airport is to, show more people what the airport is really about. I try to, at least, and try to get its name out there. I try to help. It's the least I can do for my hometown airport. It's not really significant. I guess you could say a significant place in my life. Really, it is. Even though it's just a small airport, it's a place I like to be at in my hometown. So same with Rockford too. But Rockford is, thankfully, it's been growing a lot. It's the fastest growing airport in the world. I think it was ranked as the fastest growing, something like that, or fastest growing cargo airport, something like that. But yeah, with that documentary, it kind of shows you what my intentions are with this channel, even though it's not really exactly what my intentions are, but it kind of gives you an idea. So I hope I covered everything I wanted to cover. I feel like I've just been rambling for however long this video's been, and I think this video's been pretty long too. Like, wow, sorry about that, but it was very random, I know, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you kind of found it cool. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, how many aviation YouTubers do you know that are in a Netflix movie? I don't think you can name any, and I don't say that to flex or anything. I'm trying to process this. Like, I don't think I'm appreciating the fact that I'm in a Netflix movie as much as I should. It's a really big thing. I was literally, the day after I showed my parents, I'm getting calls from all my relatives like, dude, you're in a movie, you're a movie star. Like, I'm in it for 5 seconds. What do you mean I'm a movie star? So it's cool. It's a really cool feeling, and I really don't know what else to say, but thank you for watching. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty special video. Tomorrow's the full collection video, my last video of 2021. And then I got some pretty cool stuff in store for 2022. The first week of 2022 is we have another trip report coming out. Go check out the previous video, which was another trip report if you haven't already. And then I do have a big trip coming up next week, which is the first week of 2022. Hopefully I'll be able to go on it because it's international and I need to get tested before I even go on it, go to the airport to fly out. And if it's a negative test, I'm good to go. If it's not, then I can't. So I don't want to say too much about this trip, but it's going to be, if it all works out, inshallah it does, it's going to be a really, I really can't wait for it, and it's going to be something I'm really excited to share. So I'll talk more about that later on. It's not important right now, but you've probably wasted enough time here already, so I will go ahead and close the video and just close it off now. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Go watch the movie Convergence. It's on Netflix. If you have Netflix, go check it out. Great movie, great documentary, and go check the trailer out. Watch the trailer first and then go watch the movie. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be worth it. And that's it. I'm sorry for keeping you guys this long. Thank you, and goodbye.